Luoyang, one of the oldest cities in China, is full of culture, history, and flowers. It served as the capital for 13 ancient Chinese dynasties, and its name translates to the city on the sunny side of the Luo River. In spring, tourists come here mainly for the peonies.
Peonies are very beautiful and give people a feeling of grace and luxury.
It's my third time in Luoyang. The flowers are so big and beautiful. Chinese people like how colorful and gorgeous they are. They have a particularly good meaning.
The peony symbolizes wealth, prosperity, happiness. And here in Luoyang, in the peony capital of China, it's definitely flower royalty. The peony, or mudan, is referred to here as China's unofficial flower. The Luoyang peony has been cultivated here for over 1,500 years, reaching its peak in the Song dynasty. Only the peony is worthy of being hailed as the beauty of the empire, a verse from the famous Tang Dynasty poet Liu Yuxi. The Peony Festival in Luoyang began in 1983 and has been held every year since. In 2008, it became a national intangible cultural heritage.
I come from Nanning, Guangxi. The peonies are at their peak during the Luoyang Peony Festival. I accompanied my mother here to see the flowers.
Luoyang has 20 peony viewing gardens containing over 1,000 varieties of the king flower.
I can't even remember how many peony gardens I've been to. The flowers were so beautiful. It's very pleasing to the eye.
The Chinese peony comes in 9 colors.
In Shanghai, we also appreciate peonies, but the peonies here are larger, with more varieties and colors. We saw black peonies here. They were scarce but very beautiful.
The flower is planted in over 5,500 hectares across Luoyang. The historical city is the starting point for a long industrial chain of several peony products, including essential oils, cosmetics, porcelain, and even diamonds. The city's peony industry, which is valued at 1.3 billion yuan, or roughly $180 million, employs over 30,000 people. At the China National Flower Garden, we meet Wang Yueru. She's been working in the flower industry for 30 years.
Our
garden covers more than 670,000 square meters. The peonies account for 70%, with more than 1,000 varieties and more than 600,000 peonies. We put up a greenhouse of more than 7,000 square meters over the flowers. It can moderate rain and sunlight, lower the temperature, and extend the flowering period.
While traveling to a different part of the city, you may end up riding on one of Luoyang's 2 peony-themed trains for only 2 yuan, roughly 30 US cents, depending on where you get off. So this ticket gets you into one of these, a peony-themed train launched by local authorities in Luoyang in late March in honor of spring season, as well as the Mudan festival. We get off at Engtian Gate. Built in 605, it served as the south entrance to Luoyang's palace during the Sui and Tang dynasties. The palace even once hosted China's first and only empress, Wu Zetian. At the Luoyang Museum, queues stretch out with eager tourists ready to discover what the city has to offer. Over 20,000 cultural relics are collected here.
During the Peony Festival, the daily number of visitors reached the maximum. We expanded the quota to 15,000 people per day, and they are fully booked out 3 days in advance.
The museum has been holding a peony exhibition to coincide with the festival. This winding stone path and illuminated walkway lead to a mystical world, well over 1,500 years old. The Longmen grottos are one of the homes of Chinese Buddhism. More than 100,000 images and statues of Buddha and his disciples are carved into the limestone cliff wall along the Yi River.
During peak time, we receive about 30,000 people daily. As a guide, I have to host 5 or 6 groups of tourists a day from all over the world.
At the Longmen grottos and in special times of the year, you have a choice. You can either come during the day or you can come in the evening. Now, I've done both, and I'll tell you this. There's definitely a reason why they recommend the nighttime tour.
The Longmen grottos are a spectacular sight, especially at night. The scenery under the lights is particularly stunning.
I think the grottos are very mysterious. The miraculous craftsmanship makes me emotional. I admire the work of our ancestors.
The highlight of the statues is the Losana Buddha, standing over 17 meters high and built during the Tang Dynasty. It commemorates the move of the capital from Datong to Luoyang during the Northern Wei Dynasty. In a 2024 report, C-Trip listed Luoyang on its top 10 list of popular destinations for flower tourism. Authorities say that from April 1st to 15th of this year, around 10 million tourists visited Luoyang, generating over $1 billion in revenue.
We have created different scenarios to improve the flower viewing experience, highlighting various Chinese elements and immersive activities. We tap into the flower economy, create new business models, and provide better services for domestic and foreign tourists.
One of these foreign tourists is New Zealand botanist Michelle Moore. During the pandemic, she founded a bilingual peony club involving fellow Kiwis and Chinese enthusiasts. She's currently traveling to educate herself on the peony and has an ambitious plan.
So I really want to promote the name Mudan for all the woody peonies in the world and for the whole world to use that name. And I think it's important because there's a Japanese name, Ito, for another hybrid, which is quite important. But really, China is the home of most of the peonies and thousands of years of breeding. And so I think it would be really great to have a Chinese word used internationally to bring respect to the Chinese Mudan industry.
As part of the local government's efforts to promote local tourism, authorities have allowed children under 12 and adults over 60 to enter tourist hotspots free of charge.
Most people come here for an immersive experience. They wear hanfu, the traditional Chinese costumes, and have their photos taken alongside the cultural relics. In 2023, the Luoyang Museum had a record 2.2 million visitors. I believe we will top that this year.
I think wearing hanfu is a part of Chinese cultural inheritance. Everyone here wears it like this.
Luoyang is fascinating. It's as if every nook and cranny has a story spanning centuries, maybe even millennia. Idah Waringa, CGTN, Luoyang, Henan.